welcome along to another episode of Robin and Jane in the Stalls. This week, well, we've been to the New Lodge area of Belfast for a brand new play written by Bronagh Diamond, produced by Green Shoot Productions. We're talking about What Did You Do for Ireland, Da? And this is currently running at the Mac all this week. And the first thing I thought when I saw the title of the play was, oh no, not another show set during the Troubles. But it's not. It's set in modern day. And a lot of the issues that the young people are going through in the play are extremely relevant and extremely important to touch on today, aren't they?
Well, yes, they are. The grandson of the guy who was involved in the Troubles actually is facing up to gayness, and he's worried about coming out to his family. He needn't to worry because they all knew. And of course, his sister says to him, well, we knew before you did, which I thought was rather a nice touch. They're facing up to drug dealing. So paramilitaries have moved on from balaclava activity to white substances in small bags activity. And he loses some money to the Godfather, who was brilliantly acted by Caroline Curran. I have to say, I wasn't disappointed in Miss Curran. She is a great actor. She peoples the stage, and indeed she did this time, including some male characters done particularly well. I loved the granddad. This is the second granddad we've had this week. We had Paul Whitehouse in Only Fools, and now we had Caroline Curran as the Da, who spends most of his time down the pub, probably recounting everybody who'll listen or who can't escape of his tales of being in Long Kesh.
So yeah, as we've said, there's lots of characters. It's a two-hander. It's Caroline Curran and Keelan McAllister making his debut at the Mac in this show. Very serious subjects they're dealing with, but like with all kind of Belfast plays, we can always find the humour somewhere in them as well. And there is a lot of laugh-out-loud moments in this show.
Oh, there were a load of laugh out loud moments. There were also, for me as a Brit, some uncomfortable moments because the granddaughter, Sarah, comes home from Trinity College, Dublin, with, oh my God, an English boyfriend called Nick, who's going to be a doctor. And even the fact he's going to be a doctor doesn't initially appease her grandfather, who's appalled that she's sold out to the thieving Brits. But there were some funny moments about that, actually. Funny moments about him always being down the pub, funny moments with friends of the gay character. I thought the one character who didn't come off so well was the grandma, the agoraphobic grandma who is obsessed with the Sacred Heart and keeps looking at it for guidance, which fair enough in her situation with her husband who's always down the pub and always reminiscing about the glorious past. I thought that Keelan McAllister didn't do that quite as well as Caroline Curran did the granddad.
Another interesting thing about this play as well is Green Sheet Productions actually went into the New Lodge area of Belfast to find these stories. So all the stories that we're seeing on stage are true life. These things happen to people, and people who were probably sitting in the audience with us this week as well.
Well, absolutely. It had the ring of truth. It has certainly got authenticity. And I feel that in most of the acting, there was that true too. This is lived history, and we shouldn't forget it, but we should move on. And what was great was that the finale was very upbeat. The drug dealer was quashed, and there was a petrol bomb moment where the gay character who was being intimidated by him is told by his granddad to really throw this petrol bomb towards the house of the drug dealer, which he does. But at the end, it was saying, we're moving on. And I think that Northern Ireland is indeed moving on. And I think that that was a very important message.
What about the set as well? Because they kind of recreated the New Lodge on stage with the blocks of flats everywhere. It was a simple set, but I thought it was very effective.
Oh, I think it was a brilliant set. Yes, it looked like sort of cardboard cutouts, but bigger. But it did look indeed like New Lodge, which now that I'm a North Belfast inhabitant myself, is just down the road from me, actually.
Well, what about the director as well? Michelle Wiggins, I thought, did a great job on the directing duties.
Yes, I thought there was a very good job done in directing. To be perfectly honest, I don't know how our two actors remembered which characters they were acting when, but they did, and they came on and off very neatly. And you didn't, on the whole, except when at one point I was seated right to the left. I could see Caroline Curran getting in and out of costume, but on the whole, you didn't see that. and it was well directed. Yes, I think so.
Of course, it's always good to see Caroline doing her comedy roles that we all know and love as well. But I would now love to see Caroline doing some real straight acting.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, she's a bit young, but what about Lady Macbeth, the Scottish play? Yes.
Good idea. I know she would love to do Shakespeare, so let's put that to her.
Yes.
Let's see. I think that
Let's do it.
could be the one. Okay, time for us to make up our minds now and give our final thoughts on What Did You Do for Ireland Day. It's run at the back until Saturday. We're going to vote with our little animated blocks of New Lodge flats. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to give it 4 little blocks of flats.
I'm going to give it 3 this time. Not quite such a high rise valuation.
So there we go. Of course, if you've seen anything in the theatre, if you've been to see What Did You Do for Ireland Day, get in touch with us on our socials. Let us know your thoughts as well. And as always, a big thank you for watching us and listening to us as well, of course. And we'll see you back in the stalls sometime very soon.
Goodbye.